Well, good afternoon. I'm afraid there aren't any vlogs this week, only this one. Reason being is my CBA. Yeah, I just couldn't be asked. No, I couldn't. It's the truth. And I don't really think there's any specific reason why I think I got to Tuesday and thought, oh, whoops, I haven't done any vlogs. Oh dear. And then I thought, well, what would it be like if I didn't do any this week? It's not the end of the world. And then sort of other things took over. So let's break the week down. So weather's been terrible, absolutely terrible. It's blowing a hoolie out there at the moment. It's very cool. It's been extremely wet. Yesterday was horrendous. So wet, so powerful, the rain as well. Very, very heavy downpours. So much so that we've had some ingress of water through a window frame, which has never happened before. So that window is going to need to be looked at. Another thing to add to the list. The joys of being a homeowner. Yeah, the showers yesterday were just outrageous, absolutely outrageous. Yeah, so the weather's not been great. As you can see, I'm wearing a scarf and a jumper. It's been very grey. We've had some sunny spells. But yeah, it honestly feels like October. It really does. It feels like the change of season. Very disappointing summer. And it's quite interesting because we've got a number of colleagues at work that are fairly new to this country, and they keep saying to me, you know, is this what summer is normally like? And I'm like, well, it can be. It can be. I've known plenty of summers like this. I mean, you should see it outside. It's just crazy. The bushes and the trees are just blowing like crazy. And of course, at this time of year, everything is in full leaf as well. So, yeah. So that's the weather. Work, I've done a full week at work, but my boss is now back, although she's on a phased return. So I've not seen much of her. I have had a discussion about going back to part-time hours and preparing a transition to do that, because I don't want to leave them in the lurch. I'm not that kind of employee. So we're going to transition that through the summer, which is not ideal for me, but hey, you know, you've got to play ball, you know. I know I have played ball and I've given them a lot of extra work, extra hours. But the one significant thing that we did discuss was the lost leave entitlement that I should have had for all the extra hours that I've worked. I think it works out at, for the past year, I think it's something like 578 and a half hours, which, is it 578? I'm not too sure, but it's 500 and something. And it kind of works out as around, I think, 70 hours leave, something like that. That's not completely accurate. I can't quite remember the calculation that I did. But yes, and so I've kind of said, well, I can't take those hours in leave. It would be impossible. I'd be off for so long. It would be ridiculous. So, you know, is there any chance of a payment? So she is setting the wheels in motion for that, which is good. So what else has happened this week? it's been a bit of a spending week. I mentioned this rug in the front room, I think on last week's vlogs. I've ordered a new rug. So it had to be done. This one's got to go. It's just attracting moths and no. So I have done that. I've ordered that, which is good. Got a discount. Super. The other thing that I've been exploring this week is something which I've been thinking about for quite some time. You all know that I absolutely love fragrance and essential oils, and I'm a big user of essential oils in terms of home fragrancing. I don't use any kind of chemical fragrances. Well, I lie, actually, I lie. I do use fabric freshener, but if I can make my own, I will do so. Back to the subject. I was watching an episode of Sister Boniface, and it was all about perfumery, and it kind of coincided with my thoughts at the time, which was I'd love to try making my own personal fragrance. Now, I have actually been to a perfumer's to have a fragrance made many years ago. Paul got it for my birthday, and we had a lovely day, and we had this sort of perfumery experience. But the perfumes they came up with, I didn't particularly like. Now, I've been doing quite a bit of research into perfumery, and they do use an awful lot of chemical components, various things, essential oils, chemical components, and absolutes. And I was doing some research because I thought I'd really like to try and make some fragrance just using essential oils and a dilution material like alcohol, which is what they use, perfumer's alcohol, or a neutral oil. So I've got quite a collection of essential oils. So I thought I just need a few more base notes and middle notes to fill out my collection, and a few bottles and bits of paraphernalia. So I ordered a few things, and I'm going to be embarking on a sort of mini new hobby. So I will take you along for the ride with that, and in a separate video. But I'm going to start my journey of blending today. And the reason I've chosen today is my niece is coming down again this afternoon. She has another event in London, well, in Kingston actually, tomorrow, Kingston upon Thames. So she's staying over. She's due in around, I think, about 4:30ish, something like that. So I thought that would be a nice late afternoon activity to do together. And she can, come up with a fragrance that she maybe would like herself. I thought I could use her as a guinea pig. So yeah, I have had a sort of few days of ordering things, and I've also invested in a few essential oils that I've never actually tried before, because with home fragrancing, I tend to go for all the top notes for home fragrancing, like the citruses like lemongrass, orange, lemon, lime, stuff like that, which are, of course, in perfumery, all the top notes. And I don't tend to focus on the middle and base notes. But of course, I've learned that your middle notes are the body, the main body of the perfume, and the base notes are the ones that last the longest. The top notes disappear pretty quickly. So it's getting that blend right. And also, I've also learned as well that you have to allow your blend to mature, preferably for a number of weeks. minimum 48 hours. So that's all, it's sort of all new to me. And I don't know about you, but I love learning new things and finding out stuff that I didn't know before. And this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love the internet. Yes, you can get some bum information on the internet. But if you're fairly discerning and compare your research, compare the different information that's given on websites, when it correlates, there must be something in it. It's things like learning that, top notes make 30% of a blend, middle notes 50%, and bass notes 20%. So you can use that formula to put together your own formula and perfumes. And also learning about the difference between eau de parfum, eau de cologne, eau de toilette, eau fraîche. It's all very interesting to me because I love fragrance. And also, the other thing that struck me was the cost of the fragrances that I buy and the fact that they probably contain a lot of chemical compounds and also very often aren't vegetarian. Now, look, I know I'm not eating the perfume, but I don't necessarily agree with animal products being used in things like that. And the chemical compounds are used to make things last longer. Why can't we just use the natural compounds, you know? So that's been an interesting journey this week as well. I've really enjoyed that. And that's kind of distracted me from other things. So, yeah. And on top of that, I've not felt great. I've been bunged up, had a slight sore throat, nothing like what Paul had, maybe a watered down version of it. And my energy levels have been really quite low. In myself, I don't feel low. I feel, quite happy. But yes, I don't know. It's been a busy, busy week for one reason and another. It's it's been full and I've been feeling quite tired in the evenings. So I've not felt very motivated to pick up the phone and record vlogs. So that's really why. And I couldn't be asked. That's the truth of the matter. But I thought I'd better do a little conversational video for you just to say hi, really. And hopefully normal service will resume next week. And hopefully I'll have an extra day off as well next week. That's what I'm hoping for. It was difficult this week because there's quite a lot going on at work at the moment. It's not particularly busy because we've kind of gone into that summer lull, but there's been other things going on, like quite a few orders of stock, and very often when stock comes in, I'm the one that has to put it away and check it all. So there's been quite a lot of that happening this week, and I've been working closely with one of my colleagues on that. So it's, enough work to keep it moving along, but we're definitely feeling the summer lull. People are going away, people are focusing on other things. Yeah, so it's steady, but not as busy as it was at all. So yeah, but just a general feeling of busyness with other things, which is sometimes good. It's good to, be busy with other stuff. Sometimes good to shake things up a little bit, have a little bit of a change. So there we go. That's it. I'm just waffling now. So, the sun's out. Amazing. And there's a little patch of blue sky up there. Wow. Roll out the red carpet. Ugh, ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. So apologies for this not being particularly long, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you for Sunday chat, which will be out Sunday late afternoon. Take care, toodle pip. Bye for now.